Going on YouTube, welcome back to my channel, JoJo Speaks, and thank you guys so much for joining me for this being my review for Married to Medicine Season 12, Episode 9. So, this entire episode pretty much was concerning the issues between Dr. Simone and Dr. Heavenly, with the other girls sprinkling in their issues as well. So I didn't necessarily care for this episode that much, but we'll get to the main part of what happened during the episode. So we start out the episode with Dr. Heavenly coming to the house that the ladies are staying in. Dr. Heavenly doesn't even acknowledge that Dr. Simone is there. And of course, Dr. Heavenly is upset because Dr. Simone is not feeling Dr. Heavenly whatsoever. And Dr. Heavenly is saying that Dr. Simone was unhinged. Dr. Simone somewhat was aggressive. She attacked Dr. Heavenly. She put her hands on Dr. Heavenly. And if you look back at the footage, Dr. Simone basically just took Heavenly's arm or hand off of her and then walked away. But Dr. Heavenly is making it a little more dramatic, like, Dr. Simone, flailed her arms in the air and said, "Get the F off of me," and, all this good stuff. So Dr. Heavenly is sort of kind of putting, well, not sort of kind of, but she's basically putting 20 on 10 as far as the whole recollection of this thing that went down at Angel's event is concerned. So I get why Dr. Heavenly would say what she said. Because even though I don't remember Dr. Heavenly necessarily telling a story in this type of way, it seems like she was amping it up. I don't know if that's the way that Dr. Heavenly remembered it happening, or if Dr. Heavenly's just amping it up because, for the sake of the cameras. I don't know. I really don't understand. But Dr. Simone is upset because she feels as though with Dr. Heavenly using the verbiage that she's using, could cost her career, could put her livelihood in jeopardy. And I understand that. When Dr. Simone initially said this, I think it was in the previous episode or the episode before that. Um, I didn't really take it seriously. I'm like, girl, you're on a TV show. Like, what's the issue? The way that you've been acting, like, I don't know. I really don't know. But now that Dr. Simone is explaining that, with her using the exact words that she's using, unhinged and aggressive and, hostile, things of that nature, that really, and Dr. Mimi, of course, explained that when you are a doctor, you have to hold yourself to a certain standard, which once again, you guys are all on a reality TV show that is all about drama. But whatever. I guess I can understand where these ladies are coming from. But anyways, the ladies have dinner the next day with this country chef. He's got an interesting accent. Does It sounds like he's definitely from the South. He made the women some burgers, some chicken wings, and those chicken wings looked good, honey. And some fish and things of that nature. And of course, Quad is like, well, let's listen before they eat. She said, let's pray. Simone, you want to pray? Simone said, hell no. She didn't say hell no, but she said no, it's not happening. And so then Toya takes up the prayer duties. I did enjoy Toya's prayer. Seems like she's been to church a couple times in her life, so I enjoyed seeing that. So, although I dislike Toya this season, I can appreciate her prayer skills. But anyways, then Dr. Heavily goes on to explain the situation that went down at Angel's event. And Dr. Simone gets up, she's like, I don't want to deal with this. I don't want to put up with this BS. I'm not going to stand for this, any of this. Like, I'm going, I'm leaving. So Dr. Jackie attempts to get Dr. Simone to sit down and, just deal with it and just hear Dr. Heavenly out. And I do feel bad for Dr. Jackie being in between two of her good girlfriends. I do feel bad in that way. However, I don't know if Dr. Jackie would be doing this if there weren't cameras involved. So it seems to me to be a little inauthentic for me. For me, but that's the nature of reality TV shows. They try to make the best show possible. So I get it, but Dr. Simone is like, I'm not here for it. I really don't want to be put through this. I really don't want to go through this. This is stupid. When she's lying on me, and so then Dr. Heavenly goes outside of the outside of the house in the backyard, by the pool, and then I think it was Toya who told Dr. Jackie to go talk to Dr. Heavenly, and so Dr. Heavenly is outside, and Dr. Jackie is trying to convince Dr. Heavenly to go apologize to Dr. Simone. I don't know what Dr. Jackie is suggesting that Dr. Heavenly apologize for. But I'm assuming that Dr. Jackie wants Dr. Heavenly to apologize for the rhetoric and the verbiage that Dr. Heavenly is using while describing the event that happened at while describing the events that happened at Angel's event. And then Dr. Heavenly gets to crying, saying, well, you're saying that Dr. Simone is going through all these things, but look at what I'm going through. And we're going around in circles. And then Toya comes out there and Toya's like, Dr. Heavenly, you crying? And then Toya goes to wipe Dr. Heavenly's tears off. I would have told Toya, slap Toya's hand away from my face. Get the out of my face, girl. Like, I just don't like Toya. Not this season, anyways. But anyway, so then they go to play a Pop the Balloon game. Dr. Contessa, who is the host, Dr. Contessa, who's wearing this, I don't want to say ugly ass, but ugly ass dress, honey. It looks like tie-dye, it's pink, and it's, Lord. Anyways, so Dr. Contessa is really taking on this role of being the host very seriously. And it is what it is. It just is what it is. So they're playing this game, asking different questions and popping the balloon for the person whom the question is geared towards. And I thought it was nice to see the ladies at least get along in that instance. But the next day is when we're getting all our feelings out. We're getting all our issues out. We're discussing the issue. Once again, this entire episode was mainly surrounding Dr. Heavenly and Dr. Simone. So, we get to the pool. Dr. Heavenly has her time to explain her side of the story. Dr. Simone is on her phone playing solitaire. Toya is in the pool drinking, of course, and we did get a glimpse of Dr. Mimi sort of kind of policing Toya's drinking habits on this trip, which I think is an indicator that Toya likes to drink. I don't know if this has been addressed in the past, but Toya definitely does like to drink for sure. And there's no issues with that whatsoever. It's just that I think that that's what's causing Toya to do all these things that seem to me to be out of character for Toya, because the way that she came at Angel and Dr. Heavenly's family reunion event, like, to me, that was unnecessary. So unnecessary. And then just Toya's behavior throughout this entire season has had me on edge, has had me not liking her whatsoever this season. So I have a feeling that the alcohol might have something to do with that. I don't think she has a drinking problem at all. Like, she's not falling over drunk. She seems to be able to, handle herself pretty well while she's under the influence. So I guess that's not that much of a bad thing. But Mimi does make it a point to point out how much Toya is drinking. It's not just the wine, it's sort of kind of the tequila as well. But anyways, Toya tries to interject herself into the conversation and putting herself in as the victim. Like, Dr. Heavenly, every time we've seen you, you've been talking about my husband, you've been talking about what I wear, you've been talking about this and this and this and that concerning me. And, Dr. Mimi sort of kind of, shuts that down. And then Dr. Heavenly just ends up going over, just straight over to Simone to address their issues. And Dr. Heavenly actually apologizes, and I do appreciate this to a certain extent. However, we've been seeing Dr. Heavenly on this show since season 2, and we have to understand that an apology from Dr. Heavenly means little to nothing, because in the next minute, she's going to start doing the same things over and over and over again. Although this did seem sincere with the fact that Dr. Heavenly was crying and saying that, you're my good girlfriend, and I was in the wrong. I was wrong. She kept on saying that. So it did sound very sincere. I just don't know how sincere it actually was. And so we'll have the rest of the season to, sort of kind of gauge how serious her apology to Dr. Simone was. I want to assume that Dr. Heavenly won't come for Simone for the rest of the season. That could or could not be true. I'm not sure. But, Dr. Simone is like, we'll see, we'll see. Dr. Simone doesn't necessarily accept Dr. Heavenly's apology, but she's willing to be cordial with Dr. Heavenly, and I can appreciate that. Also, I also wanted to mention that Cecil had a conversation with he and Dr. Simone's children, her sons, or their sons rather. And he said that, Dr. Simone, your mama, she's not feeling appreciated, and we have to show her more appreciation because he made sure to say she is shelling out all this money for you guys, and you guys are pretty much acting like spoiled brats. And so I'm glad that we at least got this conversation on camera. Whether that will garner any type of change in the future, I truly doubt. But I applaud I applaud Cecil for having this conversation with his sons because it is needed. But anyways, what did you guys think of the episode? Let me know down in the comments. Be sure to subscribe to my channel. Press that white button. It is free and easy to do. Takes less than a second to mash that thing. So go ahead and mash it for a brother. Be sure to leave a thumbs up for this video. Let me know you're enjoying the content that I'm putting out on my channel. Also, be sure to leave a comment. Let me know your thoughts on the season thus far, this particular episode. Whose side are you on? Do you think Dr. Heavenly was in the wrong or Dr. Simone was in the wrong? How do you feel about Toya? How do you feel about the rest of the girls? Let me know down in the comments. Be sure to press the notification bell so you're notified every time I post a new video. And last but not least, be sure to share JoJo Speaks with all your family, friends, and loved ones. Let everybody know JoJo Speaks is out here in these YouTube streets, you guys. I'm coming up on my subscribers, so keep those numbers running up, y'all. Also, be sure to join me every Thursday night at 8 p.m. for my live Hot Topics and Social Commentary show. I go live every Thursday night at 8 p.m. with my girl, my sister, Prophetic Fire Reiki, Jennifer, as well as our friend Bianca Edwards. We always have a great time on Thursdays. Thank y'all so much for watching this video. Thank you so much for clicking on it. See you guys on the next one. Peace out.